Well, hello, writers. Today I wanted to share some reasons why you shouldn't write memoir. There are there are a few of them. I am Rachael Heron, and I wrote Fast Draft Your Memoir, Write Your Life Story in 45 Hours. It's based on a class I used to teach at Stanford Extension. And I really love memoir. I really love talking about memoir, and I really love helping people figure out whether they should or they should not write it. So let's go through a few of the reasons you shouldn't write it. Just let it go. Writing a memoir is not for you if you are really angry. Like if you are holding a grudge, if you want to finally make clear to someone why you're so hurt and why they should feel badly about it, if you want to tell someone or the world about how you were wronged so that you can enact some punishment on them, memoir is not for you. I am very sorry if something terrible or something's terrible happened to you over the course of your life. That's not okay. I absolutely honor you for surviving, for getting here now. However, here is the problem. It can be super annoying to read someone writing about their anger. It is transparent when people do that, when they are trying to do it for a punishment reason. Are we going to write about anger? Absolutely. Should we have anger in our work and display it? 100%. I want you to be angry in your memoir. But you can't be that way in order to right the wrong of the past, because it will not happen. Unfortunately, a lot of times when we write that kind of thing, the people that we're really mad at are not around anymore. They're dead. They're gone. If they're not dead and gone, guess what? They are not going to read this book and change their mind. Nothing about your book will change them. You could only help heal yourself with your writing. And that is fair game. That is fabulous. Write your anger that way. But honestly, paying for therapy will do you more in the long run. It'll do better. Yes, please put your anger in your writing, but do not write a memoir if that is the reason you want to write a memoir, is to show somebody or to finally prove to them what you went through. It's not going to work. And I'm really sorry that you went through it, but it's not going to work. Okay, reason number 2 not to write a memoir is the I'm so awesome memoir. So many people who have come through my classes over the years have wanted to write about how cool they are, about how amazing their career was, about how amazing they were in the military, about how much their family loves them, about how great they did on Broadway. Honestly, again, I don't mean to be harsh, but people don't care. You know what people care about? They care about you being vulnerable and about you being scared and about you being broken in deep ways. They care about your shame. They care about seeing into you and really knowing you and your desire and your motivation. And then they want to see you be awesome. They want to see you overcome all the hardships. And then we want to celebrate with you as a reader as you become awesome. But we want to see you get there. We want to see you kind of earn your way there. Perfect people are absolutely uninteresting, no matter how interesting the story of when you broke your leg on the prima ballerina. If you got up and danced through it and it never affected you again, it was great. This broken leg made you a better dancer. We don't care. If the broken leg was your fault because you were thinking about something you shouldn't have been thinking about, and then you slipped and now you've ruined your whole career. Oh my God, we will lean in and listen. And then we want to see you dance again. Does that make sense? We want to see you be awesome because we believe in you as the actual true human being that you are, flaws and warts and lumps and all. That's what we want. This one is hard to talk about. Another reason, third reason you might not want to write memoir is because you're too sad. Grief memoirs are fantastic. I love a good grief memoir. Your story deserves to be told. However, if you're still too close to the trauma, to the loss, to the divorce, to the massive change that broke your heart, it might not be time to write about it. Again, therapy might be a better solution right now, therapy and a lot of journaling and preparing yourself to write your memoir. If you cannot sit at the page without re-triggering yourself in a real deep way and ending up crying tissues full of tears, you're not ready yet. Again, crying sometimes when we write is great. Um, being triggered sometimes while we are writing about our past traumas absolutely will happen, but it should not happen every time. It should not be a misery. If you do the gut check, do the gut check. Can you describe what happened to you to the barista you've never met at Pete's Coffee without breaking down? If you can, then you might be ready to do it. If you can't, if you're still too close to that time in your life, it's too early. Give yourself some time. You will get there. Now is not quite the time. Fourth and last reason you might not want to write memoir is if you have a terrible memory. I am just kidding. It's a trick. This is a trick. You don't have to worry about that. If you have a terrible memory, you can still write a fantastic memoir. And here's why. Memories are formed in our brains in the amygdala and the hippocampal cortex. I'm pointing to them, but I don't know where they live. They make up two independent memory systems, but they act together when emotion meets memory. So what I mean by that is, and you know this to be true, when something super emotional happens, you remember it. You may not remember 3 years of your young life when nothing really happened. But the day that dad raised his voice and threw the glass and mom walked out the front door and never came back, you will remember that. You will remember that strongly enough to recreate it into a scene if you want it to be in your memoir. You have that information. You have enough memory to do this. You are going to do a fantastic job. This comes straight out of my book, Fast Draft Your Memoir. You may like it. You may also like my podcast, How Do You Write? Available on all podcatcher apps and also over here on YouTube. And I love talking about writing. I love talking to writers. I have an email list of encouragement just for writers, free, fabulous. I love talking to you, and you can get that at rachelheron.com/write. And thanks for being here. Write your memoir. Write your memoir. Unless you're too angry or too awesome, in which case, chill out a little bit. And if you're too sad, give yourself a little bit more time. Otherwise, write your memoir. We want to read it.